Nico again, and today I want to look at the basic use of points in Houdini and explain kind of what they are, because it can be a little bit confusing. I'll start by just creating a grid again, like I've done in the last few lessons. So let's add a grid here, and I want to go into component mode. Go into component mode by hitting the select button here, making sure that component is selected just here, and then go into points. Now I can select the points that I want. Now these points, if you've ever used any other applications before, I myself have used Maya quite a lot, just work in exactly the same way that they would in any other application. I can hit the move tool, move them around. Okay, I can hit the rotate, and I can also hit the scale. Very simple. However, it's important to note what points actually are in Houdini. At first, it looks like what you might know as vertices from another application. If you've ever used Maya or 3D Studio Max, I'm not sure about Blender, but I imagine it's probably the same, where you use these vertices, which are really the points of the geometry. And it'd be quite easy to think, well, you know what, they're the same thing. And in most cases, they kind of are. However, it's important to make the distinction that they're not exactly the same thing, because this point is just a point in space. It is exactly the same in Houdini as a particle. So if I'm working in a particle simulation, creating thousands and thousands of particles, those particles are points, exactly the same as the points that you can see here. Let me just select this bit here, okay, in the select. Okay, so this particle or point would be exactly the same thing. It's an important distinction to make, because certainly when you're in your geometry spreadsheet, they will be recognized as exactly the same thing. It might not make much sense now, but later on it will start to make more sense. For now though, think of them as vertices in another application, and you can just modify them in the same way. When you do modify them, an edit node will appear here with the basic edits that you've made, and then you're good to go. Now if I want to remove that edit that I've made, I can simply remove my edit node, and I'm back to my original grid again. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thank you very much.